Abby, and I work for Riipen. So we help educators at colleges and universities, boot camps, bridging programs, career pathways programs, connect with employers, with industry partners to actually provide their students or learners with a real project that they do as part of their curriculum or as part of that program. So instead of doing a case study or a group project based on hypothetical, made up information, they get to do a real project for a real company and graduate with experience on their resume. When I joined the company, there's maybe one other person in Ontario. The founders are from the West Coast. They met at the University of Victoria. So the majority of the team was out there. We were about 30 people when I joined. I joined as an account manager. So I was supporting our colleges and universities in Ontario, going to campus all the time, working with fantastic educators. And then a little bit after that, I moved over to our new people and culture team. We didn't have a people and culture team when I joined because we were so small. We just had some fractional HR support. Which was fantastic, but we needed to grow a little bit beyond that. And now I am a senior manager on our people and culture team, and our team has grown to about 80 people. We are primarily in Canada. We have a few people in the US and internationally as well. We used to have two offices, so one in Vancouver, one in Toronto. We were coming in at least 3 days a week, doing the hybrid thing with a couple of fully remote teams. Of course, during COVID, we went fully remote, and we just found that the benefits from a talent perspective were so fantastic, not being limited to those cities. For hiring, I moved out of Toronto, so I that was great for me and for my life and for so many other people. So we haven't stopped doing that. We do some co-working in Toronto and Vancouver. We come into the city for meetings like we're doing at StartWell, which has been fantastic. But otherwise, we work fully remotely. There's definitely a wow factor when your team comes in, especially if it's a fully remote team and they show up to this beautiful space. They're going to be impressed when they realize that there's a full service coffee bar that's totally free for them. They're going to be very happy. The barista service was amazing. People love the tea bot. I think just the space is really energizing. So just first impressions, fantastic. And because the space has lots of different kind of setups, you can do your classroom seating. People can migrate to the couches when they're doing breakout sessions. We had team members throughout these days that have still had to take client calls or split off for meetings, and you have those boardrooms. I wouldn't even call them call booths. They're bigger than that. They're sort of like mini offices and your lounge space. So people are really free to move throughout the space, and it very quickly feels pretty comfy and like home for the days that you're here. We don't have our entire team here. We have our revenue and service delivery teams, but it is about 40 people. And that's, I think, the largest group that we've brought together in person for this type of extended session. So I don't think anyone knew what to expect. A lot of people meeting for the first time. We've had at least one person here who only started a couple of weeks ago. So that's been really fantastic to actually get to bring everyone together in person. I think one thing that surprised us was not a surprise. We just have never had a meeting with the kind of service that you folks provide here. So I don't know how I'm going to go back to running a meeting without technical support on the ground, especially because we did have a few people. We had one person who was sick and a few people for various reasons that unfortunately couldn't join us, and we really wanted them to be able to participate in the session. And because of the setup here, that was totally seamless. I mean, from the back of the room, I can hear someone on the East Coast of Canada speaking into the meeting, and I was told that they felt like this is the most inclusive virtual session that they've been a part of. It really freed us up to just focus on being there together and going through the content and doing our workshops and engaging together, being creative, and not having to worry about the tech. Actually, a lot of people's hotels were more in the financial district, were downtown, and it was absolutely fine. It was a quick Uber. A lot of people walked in the morning. It's still not a far walk from downtown, and even it's January right now, it's cold, and they were still walking in and enjoying getting that fresh air. And then once you're here, I mean, people have gone out to get coffee. You can run right across the street if you as the PNC person need to stock up on pop or soda or snacks. It's readily available. There's so much food that you can order order. We've catered in every day. Your team has provided fantastic food suggestions, restaurant suggestions to us. I got a great dessert recommendation for today that I'm really excited about, just ordered this morning. So this is a really fantastic neighborhood. I walked to our social event last night in Kensington Market. I mean, it's just a great spot.